There are invertebrates that have the means to inoculate toxic substances into their enemies, their prey, and human beings. Meet the top 10 most poisonous bugs in the world. 10. Caterpillar plush. This worm has a curious body with hair full of poisonous spines. Their presence is becoming a problem in the United States due to the number of children being stung and hospitalized. Contact with their spines produces pain similar to breaking a bone, as well as burning, nausea, headaches, blisters, chest pain, and shortness of breath. If you come in contact with it, you can stick tape over the skin and pull out the hard-to-remove thorns to avoid all the symptoms of poisoning. 9. Japanese giant hornet. The Asian giant hornet can measure up to 2 inches and has a stinger that is 0.4 inches long. Its venom is so powerful that it destroys the tissue it stings. Every year, more than 70 people die from stings in China. It uses its gigantic 2.9-inch-long wings to chase its victims at 40 miles per hour. It is a real danger if you are in its sight. 8. Killer bees. These bees were created from the breeding between South American bees and other bees brought from Africa. Individually, their venom is not very potent, but when they bite, they release hormones that attract their friends, which make them great specialists in group attacks. There are people who suffered 500 bites and survived, but others have died with only 1 bee sting. 7. Chilean recluse spider. Unlike most spiders, this one only has 6 eyes instead of 8, distributed in 3 pairs. They live in little areas of the house, such as attics and basements, so it is very likely that you have seen it in yours. Its webs are shaped like rags. When a person is bitten, they see no external effects until after 7 hours. However, internally, the venom spreads in a matter of seconds and causes contraction of the blood vessels and renal failure. Wounds from the bites can measure up to 9.8 inches. If the venom affects the internal organs, gangrene may occur. In case you are bitten, put ice on the wound because the poison spreads better in the heat. 6. Taturana Oblicua. This bad-looking larva has a long history of deaths in southern Brazil. It measures 2 inches and has thorns with pockets full of anticoagulant venom. When injected into the body, this venom causes gangrene and bleeding in the internal organs. In the end, the victim ends up dying of a brain stroke. 5. Cone snail. This animal possesses one of the most powerful poisons in the world and does not need to move to kill. Like every snail, it stands still on the seafloor until its prey appears. Then he fires a harpoon so powerful that it cuts through the gloves and the suits of divers who plunge into the seabed to get their shells. Once stuck, the harpoon releases its deadly poison. People who are bitten experience muscle numbness, visual defects, respiratory failure, and death. There is a subspecies known as the cigarette snail cone because after being bitten, you only have time to smoke 1 cigarette. 4. Black widow spider. This spider is called the black widow because the female eats the male after mating. You can easily identify it. It is black with a red spot on the lower abdomen. If you see it, be very careful because its venom is 15 times more toxic than that of a rattlesnake. People who have suffered bites say they have felt a puncture followed by intense muscle pain. The poison paralyzes the central nervous system and blocks the transmission of nerve impulses. While this happens, cramps and an increase of the circulation affect the body too. In the end, death is caused by cardiorespiratory arrest. 3. Fat-tailed scorpion. If the name is suggestive, the scientific name is quite frightening. It is known as Androctus australis, which means killer of southern men. This animal can reach up to 3.9 inches in length and likes to get into the cracks in the walls, waiting to sting. They are usually yellow, although the last segments of their tail and their pincers are black. If you get stung, you will feel dizzy, become excessively sweaty, suffer muscle cramps, and have high blood pressure and increased heart rate. You can end up dead in 2 hours. 2. Banana spider. This spider has the Guinness record for being the most poisonous in the world. It is extremely fast and aggressive. If it is threatened, it will rise onto its hind legs and try to sink its jaws into you. It lives in the warm forest of South America, but it is nomadic, making it the terror of farmers in the banana fields and the inhabitants of the tropical ports because they don't know when the spiders might appear. Its venom is extremely powerful, and only 0.006 milligrams of this can kill a mouse. A human can die only 25 minutes after being bitten. Before then, they will suffer from tachycardia, vomiting, blurred vision, and great pain. 1. Sea wasp. This jellyfish lives in the seas of northern Australia and is considered to be the most dangerous in the world. Its belly can grow to be the size of a basketball, and from it sprouts 4 clusters of 15 tentacles each. These are 3 meters long, and when they make contact with skin, they shoot microscopic darts that inject their poison. Each sea wasp has enough poison available to kill 60 people. This jellyfish is transparent, making it very difficult for bathers to see. It has 4 groups of 24 eyes. The sting is extremely painful and feels like burning iron. Its venom makes the body's cells more porous. This allows potassium to filter between them and produce heart failure. Victims take 2 to 5 minutes to die, so many don't even make it back to the shore alive. If you liked the video, hit like, share, and subscribe.